was so scared, Lord have mercy, I jumped up in the boat and I said, Thomas, what on earth is that creature?
It stood above us looking down with these big red eyes.
Oh, it was so scary.
And the federal relief and assistance that we have been providing has included...
And I yelled, I said, what do you want from us, monster? And the monster bent down and said...
FEMA providing $750.
I need about $350.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering. I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. This was perhaps the most telling moment in Kamala Harris's ineptitude and inability to lead that as we've seen, and the Harris-Biden administration's biggest embarrassment. Practically, literally, and almost figuratively and almost literally spitting in the face of hurricane people who in desperate need of hurricane support. I mean, absolute. When you see this, you will be enraged. And man, Joe Biden just sucks. I don't really know how else to put it. Leave a like on the video if you agree Joe Biden sucks. Kamala Harris sucks. All right, literally and figuratively. They literally can't win in 2024. This country can't take 4 more years of these idiots. Before we get into the story, I'm just reminding everyone today, I know it's a big deal because everyone looks forward to my coffee company's fall flavors. We've been around for several years now. We roast our own stuff. All of our flavors are 100% unique to us. You can only get them from us. We're not some garbage dropship coffee outfit. We are actually a real coffee company with real employees. We redesigned our bags, first of all, which I think looks stunning. You can leave them right out on your counter and they look great. We are opening up pre-orders for our wildly popular Spiked Jack-O-Lantern and our brand new Apple Cinnamon Strudel. Add a little unflavored creamer or whole milk and a little bit of natural sweetener, and it really wakes up these flavors. If you like your coffee black, you're really going to love the notes too. Whole bean ground, promo code FALLSAVE. Get your order in today to get the freshest batch of our most popular flavors. This is a fun time of year to be Coffee Brand Coffee. We've got stuff coming out. We've got an advent calendar this year. We've been working, so we have our own advent calendar. I can't wait to tell you guys about that. Anyway, Kamala Harris says FEMA is giving $750 for folks who need immediate needs met, and that president has approved the governor's request for 100% reimbursement of local costs. I mean, $700? That's barely enough to get groceries for 2 weeks for a family of 2. Well, 4. Let's check in on our government. Biden announced a $2.4 billion aid package to Ukraine just 7 days ago. And Kamala Harris announced today that victims of Hurricane Helene will get $700. Oh, and FEMA doesn't have enough money to make it through the hurricane season yet, spent $240 million on illegal aliens. Again, I don't know how else to tell you. Vote early in person for Donald Trump. I don't know how else to tell you that, and I look forward to post-election time. I don't have to cover all this politics stuff and I can go back to making fun of movies and things like that. But this is not, FEMA is broke because they spent $500 million, $750 million on illegal aliens. So they don't have money for American citizens. That's Kamala Harris. That's what she wants. And it will be worse. When you see those funny ads and it's like, she wants to give surgeries to inmates and trans surgeries to inmates and to illegal aliens. And you're like, that can't be real. No, that's real. That's stuff she's actually said. And the fact checkers can't fact check that because it's 100% real. Hear from Malcolm Flex. Shout out to him. In a moment almost as bad as the original announcement of the assistance for the Maui victims, Kamala Harris comes out and says that they will be providing $700 for victims of flooding due to Hurricane Helene. Keep in mind, these are people who have lost literally everything. And this economy, $750 is a slap in the face, even for basic food, water, and clothing and temporary shelter. If you need to buy a couple of pairs of clothes, you're going to need $5,000 minimum to stay afloat for a couple weeks. And I'd have no problem with our government giving it to them. Call me a communist, okay? They steal all my tax dollars It'd be nice if it actually helped Americans for once. It'd be literally the best thing ever if it helped Americans. You know, they're going to steal my money anyway, 50 cents on every dollar I make. Okay, at least let it help my fellow Americans. The fact that we continually spend billions of dollars on wars, waste billions in useless initiatives that never get off the ground, and form in the form of purported connectivity projects under Biden and Harris administration, and then fund the stay of criminal and illegal migrants in this country and can only spare $700 for families of a natural disaster is absolutely disgusting. I mean, I don't care what, like, oh, this is, you know, that, oh, there's this reason for it, that reason. I don't care. Find a reason to give them the money they need. $700. Imagine, just stop and think right now what you spent at the grocery store last week. I don't know how often you go. We're like a once a month grocery shop family. So it's like $1,000 when we go, $600-700 or something like that. But I'll say this. Think about how much you spent last week in groceries. Now imagine all of that was wiped out and everything you had in your cabinets was wiped out and you needed to buy food and all your clothes were gone and all your shelter was gone. You had to find a hotel or something like that. How far do you think you get on $700? Are you joking? First of all, there's probably not enough hotels and whatever to house everybody, but I mean, what? $700? You give illegal migrants debit cards with thousands of dollars on it per month. You spent $750 million to give to illegal migrants so that they could go shopping at the grocery store and buy clothes and beer and whatever they want and party up and while they're staying for free at our hotels. That's all real, by the way. I mean, absolutely disgusting. And she's getting eviscerated for it. Kamala Harris has announced that FEMA will be providing federal relief in the form of $700 to those affected by Hurricane Helene, $8 billion to Ukraine, $8 billion to Israel, $567 million to Taiwan, $700 for American people. Is this trillion? Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's billion, but like $750 for Americans. We pour billions into other countries. This isn't just bad politics, it's betrayal. Let's not forget the $20K in cash and food, plus free everything's for illegals. As of right now, 26% of all government spending is going to people who don't even belong here. Remember the $700 for the Hawaii residents over a year ago? Thousands have left, still not recovered much of anything. We're being bamboozled. They don't serve us. They look at us as cattle. They don't care about us. You know, and then you see this. I mean, here's Kamala too, right? Well, let's get to her pathetic statement.
The president and I have been paying close attention from the beginning to
raising funds, to going to fundraisers. Is that what you've been paying attention to?
What we need to do to make sure the federal resources hit the ground as quickly as possible.
It's been over a week. What the hell is FEMA for? The whole reason, their justification to exist is so that they can rapidly deploy to help Americans in need, not take a week to get another lesson on gender ideology.
And that includes what was necessary to make sure that we provided direct federal assistance, and that work has been happening. I want to thank the governor for his leadership and his close coordination with the federal government, with our administration, and I want to thank the local leaders for together creating a task force-like response, knowing that we are at our best when we work together and coordinate resources, coordinate our communications to the maximum effect for the community that has been impacted. And the federal relief and assistance that we have been providing has included FEMA providing $750.
Ooh, $700. Yeah, that might have mattered in 1965. That might have mattered in 1965, you twat. Like, I don't care. Our government can sit up there every day and find billions and trillions of dollars for Ukraine and Israel. And we have hurricane victims I mean, look at this guy. This guy's no, like, I don't know, maybe he's some sort of communist guy, but like, here's Jose Vega. Listen to this guy. Okay. Paul Krugman, right? Absolute loser.
Oh, no.
But listen to this.
Nobel Prize-winning economist here to tell us how great the economy is. I certainly wonder how the residents of Asheville, North Carolina must be feeling right now with no access to power or water or communication with the outside world. I wonder how enthusiastic they are about the economy right
this
now.
This guy's killing it.
I wonder how enthusiastic the residents of the South Bronx must be feeling about the economy. Hey, maybe North Carolina should rename itself Israel so it'll get $20 billion in aid. Or maybe Ukraine so it can get $300 billion in aid. Maybe the South Bronx should do the same thing. I mean, I'm sure the economy is great for smug liberals like yourself who make $5 million and are worth $5 million. I'm sure the economy must be great for all you smug journalists, economists. All of you must be having a great time with the economy when most people can't even pay for basic necessities.
I mean, right? I mean, he's right. He's right. And they're trotting out there telling us, oh, you know, well, Americans bad, Trump bad. Look, I'm not saying that Trump, I can't say beyond a reasonable doubt that like Trump would have absolutely done better or whatever. But let me ask you, could you do worse than this? Could you do worse than spitting in their face? You know what I mean? Like I can't even fathom it. Billions and trillions of dollars for foreign wars, for them to fire missiles and bomb more brown people, and nothing for Americans. By the way, the Americans affected by this are not only white, okay? They're white, black, brown. Yeah, they're of every nationality ever. They are of every political background. They are of every possible ilk and make, okay? There are woke leftists. There are hard righties. There are religious people. There are atheists. It doesn't matter. Okay, that's what the government's one job is supposed to be. And they're showing up like, here's a few bucks. Good luck. Got to save I mean, this woman's got over $1 billion in campaign funds. Why doesn't she offer to match it? Wouldn't that have been a great PR move if Kamala Harris was like, you know what? There's 10,000 people, 20,000 people who are directly affected by this. I'm going to match that $750 to double it. She could afford it, right? Would have been a great PR move, but she couldn't fathom not enriching herself off this election. It's absolutely disgusting. Don't forget to get your fall flavors from Coffee Brand Coffee. Link in the description below. We'll talk to you again real soon.